You've probably heard this before. Humans only use 10% of their brain. It's usually said with a confident tone, as if someone just revealed a hidden truth about human potential. It sounds mysterious. It sounds smart. And unfortunately, it's completely wrong. Let's start with something very basic. The human brain makes up about 2% of your body weight, yet it consumes around 20% of your body's energy. That alone should raise questions. Evolution is extremely efficient and extremely ruthless. If 90% of the brain were useless, natural selection would not keep it around for millions of years. A biological system does not waste that much energy on decoration. Now let's move to actual neuroscience, not vibes. Modern brain imaging technologies, like fMRI and PET, scans allow scientists to observe which parts of the brain are active during different tasks. The results are clear and consistent. Almost every region of the brain shows activity across the course of a normal day. Different areas activate at different times for different functions. The brain doesn't work like a single light switch. It works more like a city, where different neighborhoods are active at different hours. Even when you think you're doing nothing, your brain is still working. When you're daydreaming, resting, or staring at the ceiling, a network called the default mode network becomes active. This system is involved in memory, self-reflection, imagination, and planning for the future. So when someone says, "I'm not using my brain right now," that statement is, scientifically speaking, incorrect. So where did the 10% myth come from? Not from science, but from misunderstanding and marketing. In the early 20th century, some researchers said we didn't yet understand the full potential of the brain. That idea slowly mutated into the claim that most of the brain is unused. Self-improvement culture loved this concept, because "you're lazy" doesn't sell, but "you're secretly powerful" absolutely does. Movies and pop culture made it worse. Characters suddenly unlock more of their brain and become superhuman. In reality, if your brain were fully active all at once, you wouldn't gain super intelligence. You would experience a seizure. That's a medical emergency, not enlightenment. The brain is powerful because it is controlled, specialized, and efficient, not because everything fires at the same time. Another reason this myth survives is because people confuse using the brain with conscious thinking. But your brain does far more than logic and math. It regulates breathing, heart rate, emotions, balance, facial recognition, language, and countless automatic processes. Most of the brain's work happens quietly, without asking for your permission or attention. The truth is simple. Humans use 100% of their brain, just not simultaneously. Just like muscles, different parts activate when needed. You don't flex every muscle in your body to take a step. If you did, you'd fall over. The brain follows the same principle. Efficiency is intelligence. Ironically, the 10% myth sounds optimistic, but it actually underestimates the human brain. It suggests our minds are mostly idle, waiting to be unlocked. The reality is far more impressive. The brain is one of the most complex structures known in the universe, and scientists are still uncovering how deeply interconnected and dynamic it truly is. So the next time you hear someone confidently say, "We only use 10% of our brain," you don't need to argue. A small smile will do. Not because they're stupid, but because they believed something that sounded smart. And in science, sounding smart has never been the same thing as being correct. The bad news is that there's no secret button to unlock the other 90% of your brain. The good news is that your brain is already working at full capacity every day. The only real question is whether you choose to use it to learn new things or to keep repeating old myths.